beginning to think we're not the hunters anymore.
Let's just clear this courtyard.
There! Come on! Through the door!
Yeah, going!
Okay, you're a big fella. Easy now. Oh, that's not good.
Could use some help here!
Welcome back, Phil Spencer.
It's great to have Gears of War back on our Xbox stage, to see Gears of War 4 gameplay running real time on Xbox One, and to see my friend Rod Ferguson at the helm. Today, we showed you the greatest games lineup in Xbox history. New and innovative games that speak to the boundless creativity from studios around the world. Blockbuster franchises you know and love. Trailblazing independent games from a new wave of creators who are redefining game development and gameplay, all anchored by the best exclusives on any platform. Xbox is the only place where you can play Gears of War, Fable Legends, Forza Motorsport 6, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and of course, Halo 5 Guardians all this year. This lineup is supported by Xbox Live and our commitment to make your gaming experience better. With an expanded library of games with backward compatibility, new gaming hardware and accessories, access to great games first with EA Access, next generation virtual and mixed reality gaming experience, and access to games in early development with the Game Preview program. There truly has never been a better time to be an Xbox gamer. If you've been waiting to move from your Xbox 360, now is the time. Today, we've shared only a fraction of what's coming to Xbox One and Windows 10 this holiday and next. We have more surprises in store this week on the Xbox Daily Show, including the unveil of a whole new Xbox One user experience and more new games coming to Xbox One. This summer, we look forward to bringing exciting features from Xbox Live and some of our most popular Xbox games and experiences to Windows 10 when it launches this July 29th. And at Gamescom in August, you'll see the latest from Quantum Break, Scalebound, Crackdown, and new first-party game reveals. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's your expectation, your dedication, and your passion for games that motivates and inspires not only me, but every single member of Team Xbox. Thank you.
And we are back here live right now at our YouTube E3 live set, wrapping up the Xbox press conference over at the Galen Center. Now we have 2 more hours of exclusive demos and interviews. We've got that brand new trailer for Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, premiering here in just a few minutes, 6 minutes. We've also got the first demo of LEGO Dimensions, featuring the reveal of how Valve's Portal is integrated into that game. So that's all coming up, but right now we're here with our panel, Danny, Dustin, Matt, and Craig. So guys, Xbox, that was a pretty solid briefing overall, I think, from these guys. Gears of War, big surprise, Gears 4 announcement. Highlights, let's start maybe with you, Craig, this time. What was the highlight for you, the Xbox briefing?
All right, so 3 things really tapped me. When I look at press conferences, I say, what do you have the most to gain? What do you have the most to lose, right? And I think the biggest winner was, and something that they talked about at the beginning, but it hasn't been talked about since, was backwards compatibility, right? That's obviously huge. HoloLens was obviously, like, we're sitting here going, what are we looking at right now?
It's witchcraft.
And then, without a doubt. We saw the rare replay, which is cool. That's a good value. But I think, like, the thing that's set to gain the most was Cuphead. I think Cuphead, I'm not kidding when I say, like, that's going to sell so many more games, because we're here just going, oh my God, and just salivating. It was like disgusting how much drool is on the floor here because it was so great. But they came out and they said, look, this is going to be the best lineup of Xbox games ever. And it may have been, but the interesting thing was that they didn't even talk about Call of Duty.
I know. No Call of Duty on stage Xbox, first time in many years. Danny, you mentioned that before as something to look out for. We didn't see it there, so who knows what that means, but I guess we'll find out later potentially. What was the highlight for you?
I thought they showed a great breadth of games, which was very important for them. Halo 5, Gears, sort of getting back to that real quality first-party stuff that Microsoft's been known for. And then, as Craig was saying, like really showing off a breadth of indie games, the backwards compatibilities, and Rare really shows that they're trying to tap back in. They're like the good nature of the Xbox 360 that they've lost badly in the Matrix era. So I think that was really important for them.
For
I think
gamers.
The breadth.
I mean, even that Elite controller. I mean, they're really going after the core. Dustin, what about you? I mean, what's your take on what was your highlight?
Well, they talked a lot about integration with Windows 10, and the fact that Fallout 4 is going to support mods. That is huge. I actually pre-ordered Fallout 4 on Xbox One because
during this briefing?
Just during the briefing, because I'm like, I want that mod support. That's awesome.
All right. Well, Todd Howard will be happy to hear that. Matt, Pat, you didn't get your crossover game, but what was your take overall?
I did get Rare Replay, which is going to be exciting. And I mean, right now, what it's looking like for this E3, what's going to win is old games. Like, you saw everyone just flip out to hear that backwards compatibility is a thing. You have Rare Rewind or Replay or whatever that was. Like, people are so excited to revisit and re-experience all these classic old games, and I think Xbox is starting to appreciate that and really give them what they're looking for, which is great.
No, I thought overall, great briefing, lots of great content,
100%.
Big games, Gears, Halo, everything looked great. Quickly, as we go around, just give me a grade. What would you A, B, C? What would you grade Xbox?
A, B, C. Oh, it's like back in the one-up days.
Exactly. Yes.
I'd say let's go for an A-. I think it was pretty good. I think my expectations of Microsoft were relatively low, and that they went higher.
B+, they have a lot to live up to. Like, I'm really excited about all their products, but there was no big punch at the end.
Matt, Pat?
A-. HoloLens has me sold. Like, the future is now.
Excellent. All right, and Craig?
Yeah, I go with like a B, just a solid B. It's like just a solid B, like because the redesign of the Battletoads looked like trash.
They lost you there. All right, guys. Well, a great start to E3, and we've got all the press conferences coming up for you guys live over the next few hours. So we got EA, Ubisoft, and then PlayStation tonight. We'll see how they respond. Jackie or Jax, what are they saying on the? I have to call her Jax now. I'm not allowed to call her Jackie.
Either one works.
All right, fine. Well,
whatever makes you happy, Jeffrey.
Okay, I am Jeffrey, just like Jeffrey the Giraffe. All right. So, Jax, what are they saying on social media about Xbox?
Pretty much what you guys said. The HoloLens blew everyone out of the water. Backwards compatibility. There's a lot of nostalgia in gaming right now, which I absolutely love. Let's check out the E3 buzz. Andre Riren, if that's your name, the gauntlet to PlayStation Now was just thrown down at Xbox. The evil genius who wants to trade their Xbox for my PS4. Hashtag backwards compatibility. PS and Deep Ready. Xbox backward compatibility. Now I'm a little jelly. So apparently everyone's like wanting to get back, dive back into their old games. Cam Fraz Rob. Sure. That's it. E3 made mods in Xbox. Never would have guessed that. And then we have the real Cliff B. HoloLens demo just stole the show. Everybody in this room just blown away. And Dan Allen Gaming, well done, Xbox. Overall, a very good conference. Had my attention hold it the entire time. So pumped for the Rise of Tomb Raider videos coming. We have questions for you. We want to know, which Xbox game are you going to buy first? They announced a lot of really cool games, old, new, and everything in between. So make sure you tell us. YouTube E3 is the hashtag. Also, you can always talk to us all day long at YouTube Gaming. Let's take a look at what is trending right now. Of course, Halo 5 Guardians is at the top of that list. Fallout 4 had a lot of big announcements. Dishonored 2. Call of Duty, didn't hear too much about that. Batman, Mirror's Edge, and of course, people are still crossing their fingers for Last Guardian. So that's what's happening.
18 tweets.
18 tweets. This is YouTube Live at E3, and our What's Trending update is presented by Gramercy Pictures' Selfless, starring Ryan Reynolds, and that's in theaters July 10th. Jeffrey.
Thank you very much, Jackie. Yeah, that was really cool. The backwards compatibility, big thing, and I think what's interesting is Xbox is trying to get closer to PC and Windows, and you have things like Steam where you can play all these classic games, and now the library of games is going to expand. So I think people are going to play that a lot, and it's really cool that they've been able to figure that out. We'll have to ask Phil Spencer how that came about when he comes by live to our set a little bit later today at 5 p.m. Pacific. Phil will be by. And, of course, we've got Josh Holmes talking about Halo 5 in about an hour, and lots of developers throughout the day, including Rod Ferguson, to talk about Gears 4 a little bit later, too. But right now, we've got much more coming up in the next hour. We'll be checking out LEGO Dimensions and Battleborn with Randy Pitchford from Gearbox. He'll give us the first demo, and we'll have an exclusive first look at some of Nintendo's E3 games. They had their Nintendo World Championships yesterday with Reggie playing in Smash Brothers. If you haven't seen it, watch the clip on YouTube. It's hilarious. But they've got their digital event tomorrow, but today they will be buying about a half an hour to give you a glimpse at some of their upcoming games. But now it is time for something really special. About a month ago, I went to Tokyo and had lunch with a good friend of mine, Hideo Kojima. He's been through a lot over the past few months, as you've probably read online, regarding his relationship with Konami. But he's been there working at the Konami office, sequestered away, working on Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. And when I met Mr. Kojima, he told me how proud he was of the game that he is finishing up under very difficult circumstances. And he's always been a big supporter of me. And what he told me at that lunch was that he really wanted to give something to the fans this year at E3. The Metal Gear Solid franchise has been a staple of E3 for so many years. I remember seeing the trailer for Metal Gear Solid 2 probably over a decade ago, and it was one of the most amazing E3 trailers. There was this big screen in the Konami booth, and everyone would gather around to watch it. Well, this is, believe it or not, the final Metal Gear Solid trailer that Mr. Kojima will make for E3, and I'm honored that he asked me to debut it here for you. It's over 5 minutes long, and it gives you a preview of The Phantom Pain that will be coming out in September. Mr. Kojima told me how proud he was of this game and how hard he's working to make it great for the fans as his final send-off to Metal Gear. So right now, it's my honor to introduce to you the world premiere of the E3 trailer for Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Enjoy it.
I was born in a small village. I was still a child when we were raided by soldiers, foreign soldiers. Torn from my elders, I was made to speak their language. With each new post, my masters changed, along with the words they made me speak. With each change, I changed too. My thoughts, personality, how I saw right and wrong. Words can kill.
Time and again, the country was ruled by a foreign tongue. When he was a young boy, he lost his native language, the bedrock for any developing child. His country, his family, his face, his identity, everything was stolen from him.
Ancient times, every civilization's ruler has had the same idea. When people unite under one will, they become stronger than the sum of their parts. And what do rulers use to bring people together? Language.
This world will become one. I have found the way. Race, tribal affiliations, national borders, even our faces will be irrelevant. The world that the boss envisioned will finally become a reality, and it will make mankind whole again.
America is a country of liberty, a meeting of immigrants. Instead of simply assimilating, its citizens live alongside others. So the Major sought a system that used information, words, to control the subconscious.
In his eyes, the greatest symbiotic parasite the world's ever known isn't microbial, it's linguistic. Words are what keeps civilization, our world, alive. Free the world, not by taking men's lives, but by taking their tongues.
With this, I'll rid the world of infestation. Sans lingua franca, the world will be torn asunder, and then it shall be free. The chain of retaliation is what will truly bind this world together as one.
Les enfants terribles, Zero called it.
All right, there it was, Metal Gear Solid 5. I just tweeted that out to you guys, so check my Twitter at Geoff Keighley if you want to watch it again. It's live on YouTube, but an amazing trailer from Hideo Kojima. All right, well, we got tons more games to show you guys over the next 2 hours. I'm going to be busy here before we get to the EA press conference with Star Wars Battlefront on this stream at 1 p.m. Pacific. But right now, to give us a hands-on demo of the all-new LEGO Dimensions, our producer, Doug Heder from Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, and associate producer, Mark Warburton from TT Games. Guys, look at this. We've got more Legos than I ever thought I could see. I got to see this a few weeks ago, and I got to see a few of them, but you guys have a whole package here. And as you guys can see here, we've got Aperture Science. That's right, Valve's Portal is one of the worlds in this game, and you got such an amazing mix of Wizard of Oz, Scooby-Doo, but Portal. I've done a lot with Valve over the years. I love that team, and I'm excited it's in the game, and we're actually going to see it now?
Yeah, we're going to actually show you the very first look at the Portal in a LEGO treatment. So why don't we start there and go for it.
Let's do it. More Portal, the better. So that's the voice of GLaDOS, right?
That is the voice of GLaDOS, yes.
Okay. Wow. So you've got some of the actors back?
We have a few, yeah.
Okay. I heard that. That's pretty exciting. So, oh my God, this is amazing. All right. So tell us, what are we seeing here? Give us a demo of how this all works with the dimension portal and the portal world and the puzzling.
Yeah, so basically you start with the starter pack. You've got Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstyle, and the Batmobile. They're all part of the starter pack set. And with just those characters and that set of toys, you can go into all these different worlds, Portal being one of them.
Okay.
So Mark's actually brought in Chell here, who's one of our expansion pack characters.
God, all right.
You can buy Chell separately.
Oh, so you have, your little Chell Lego right there, right?
That's right. And she comes with her own, Lego-sized portal gun, which she can
Chell
use
in a Lego Batmobile. Right?
That's right. And that's something really we're excited about, is just the fact that you can bring characters like Batman into Portal. So this is the first time. This is a true mashup experience, unlike anything we've been able to do before, and frankly, I think anybody's been able to do before with this many brands in the game.
Very cool. Now, I know you've got the Dimension Portal and you've got Portals and Portals, so that idea of sort of moving between worlds, does Portal sort of play into the fiction, I guess, in some way with that too?
Yeah.
Oh my God, trashing the card.
So it's all a brand new story that TT Games has created, and it is led by a new villain called Lord Vortek, and you're on a quest basically to stop Lord Vortek from destroying the Lego multiverse. So this quest is going to take you across all these different worlds, starting in the Wizard of Oz, moving to places like Scooby-Doo, The Simpsons, Portal. I mean, we've got just such a variety of different worlds to choose from. So we're on a quest. We're about maybe halfway through the game at this point. And what you're seeing actually happening here, which I want to point out, are these icons flashing up. That's
it's all lighting up here.
Yeah. So the toy pad itself is actually lighting up. Same time, real time in game as it is in the real world space here. And what Mark has done is turned on the shift ability, and that transforms the toy pad into a virtual teleportation device. So now you can see around the world. I've got pink rifts and yellow rifts and blue rifts. Those colors match up with what you see on the toy pad. And by moving a character on the toy pad to a pink rift,
oh, that's cool.
There it is. It pops up. So that's just a kind of a simple example of some of the puzzle design we've created based on the physical toy play with the Lego bricks.
That's amazing. So obviously, people are fans of the Portal IP. You've got GLaDOS there. What other characters, what other elements of Portal are we going to see in this game?
Well, we've got a whole entire level based on Portal.
Are we going to see Wheatley? Are we going to see any of those characters?
We actually have some surprises like that in store. We are showcasing Wheatley in this build. I don't know if we'll get it to him today.
So Wheatley's back. All right.
Wheatley's back.
Wheatley. All right, that's so
Wheatley's
cool.
back. So, I mean, it is as if you're stepping right into the same world. GLaDOS is talking to you. She doesn't know who you are. She's never met Batman before. She's never met Wildstyle or Gandalf. So, her voiceover, all of her lines are going to reflect that. She's going to, poke fun at you just the way she would with Chell and any regular Portal game.
Wow. So tell us about the puzzling, because Portal is known obviously for great puzzling, companion cube, cool objects. I mean, these levels, it seems like right now is Gandalf. Is he trying to sort of get through a testing chamber?
So the whole Portal level is composed of 9 different testing chambers. And you can see here the toy pad again is changing its abilities based on what's happening in the test chamber. So you saw us use it as a teleportation device. Now you're seeing it as a scaling device. I can actually move any of my characters to one side of the toy pad to make them scale up in size to large size, or I can use them to go down in size. Now we've actually triggered another ability here, which is our locate keystone. And what's happening here is he's played a little game of stop and go where you're following the green light to find a hidden path in the world, and then the reward is a cool prize where you bring in an object from some other dimension.
Oh my God! Here's Homer Simpson. So Homer Simpson. I'm just like, you guys are. These mashups are absolutely insane. So GLaDOS is going to beat Homer now.
So it's a surprise around every corner. You never know what you're going to get. But you can see this is just a small sampling of everything we can do with the toy pad in the game. You can see we've got things like the laser beam there, the discouragement beam, as it's called. We've got to rotate that around, manipulate that throughout the game in order to unlock different puzzles. So it's very, very similar to the puzzle gameplay style that you've experienced in Portal 1 and 2
There are the turrets in there.
Yeah, the turrets are in there. But of course, only Chell has the actual Portal gun. So we've got to come up with different ways to solve the problems with any character that you're playing with.
There she's in the
Mystery Machine
for Scooby-Doo.
That's right.
That's amazing. I mean, what I love is like all these characters. I mean, at any point can they jump? They can jump into this world too, right? I mean, you can throw them in.
There's absolutely no restriction on who you bring into any world you want. You don't have to have completed level 1 or unlocked story mode and free play mode. It's all one seamless experience now. I can bring any character from my collection into that world, any world, at any time in the gameplay. And not only can I bring in any object or item from any world or any character, but the other cool thing is that every one of these toys you see today can rebuild into 3 different items.
Okay.
And then appear in the game as that item.
I love this. It's like the same lasers, and you hear the music sort of going up and down like they're never in Portal. There, you guys are clearly, John Burton and the team are big fans of Portal. You can tell.
we are dedicated to the authenticity of every level. That's a very important hallmark for us. We wanted to get the voices right, all the sound, the music, the ambiance. I mean, it should, for all practical purposes, feel like another Portal game. You're just playing it with Legos.
It's so cool. Well, I got really excited about Portal, and I appreciate everyone coming over to show me the Portal level, because that's the one I wanted to see the most. But I can't wait to see, you got Back to the Future and Scooby-Doo and Simpsons, and I can't wait to see where this goes. All right, well, thanks so much for the first look at the demo of Lego Dimensions. Leave your toys behind. We've got much more coming up here on YouTube E3 Live from you guys. Stick around. Coming up next, Ali Rapp from Nintendo Treehouse will be here to showcase some of the brand new games from Nintendo. We've also got Randy Pitchford here to show off the first demo of Battleborn, which is a big new game from Gearbox. Stick around. We'll be right back after this.
In your sky, peace, pleasure, boom, cheap pleasure. Deep greedy, googling about
Many more games coming up on our live stream here on YouTube. Record number of viewers, but right now let's check back in with Jax, who has some very special guests.
I sure do. With me right now, we have Alan Joyce, product manager at YouTube, and Ryan Wyatt, global head of content, because we are about to talk YouTube gaming. You guys announced it last Friday.
Yes, very exciting. And Geoff, you look really good with a red backdrop behind you. I just had to say that.
So tell us, what can we expect from the new app?
Yeah, look, so, we decided to do YouTube gaming because gaming has been such a big part of YouTube, and the growth on gaming has been absolutely phenomenal. And it was about time that we kind of created a unique experience, not only for our gaming creators, but our viewers as well that love gaming content.
Yeah, and what kind of content are we going to see in the app?
Everything. That's the best part about it. Because I think what will really separate YouTube gaming from everything else is it'll be the only place where it's a one-stop shop where you have live content, VOD content, trailers, walkthroughs, let's plays. Like, we really want it to be the all-encompassing for gaming content.
Yeah. And Alan, what are some of the new features? Like, what are the things we're going to see on the app that are different from just the YouTube app?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the biggest things we've done is we've gone and created 25,000 game pages. We call them game pages. So yeah, you can see one here for League of Legends. So these are places where we take all the great content happening for any given game across all of YouTube, and we put it all in one page. So you can find the best videos, the best live streams, the best Let's Play series. It's all in one place, and we've done that based on all the content that's already there on YouTube.
And I have to say too, it's the content you have it on YouTube as well, on your YouTube.com experience, and the way people upload videos, and you can still see gaming content on YouTube. We just wanted to build another destination where think of it like a lens to just gaming content.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to access them still on YouTube today and content there, but as well as the gaming app. It'll just be an easier way to consume gaming content.
I know. I liked how in your press release it said if you type in call, you get Call of Duty, not Call Me Maybe.
Yeah, that's like this is a perfect example. Perfect example of that. Yeah.
This is going to be an incredible live experience.
Yes.
Though. It's going to be a destination.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be not only for live content but VOD, so you can go into your favorite games, watch live streams around it, and then content that creators are making. So it'll be awesome for people that really want to dive deep into multiple experiences and gaming content.
What are some of the features that you guys personally are most excited to see?
Well, so for live streaming specifically, we've done a bunch of stuff to take the YouTube Live platform, which historically has been very focused around letting you run really big events, and we made it work really well for gaming, we think. So we've made it such that you've got one link you can always share. That's the one place your viewers can always find you when you go live. We made it so you don't have to schedule events ahead of time.
Chat moderation, God, that was overdue.
Improved chat moderation, made chat faster. Spent a lot of time on a bunch of stuff we think is going to make live streaming really, really great on YouTube.
But 1080p, 60 frames per second looks really sexy.
It really does. It really does. The show today's been looking amazing.
I'm done.
So good.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I love it. The internet be sexy.
Yeah.
When is all this rolling out?
So coming this summer, we're going to roll it out. Gaming.youtube.com will be available worldwide. And then we'll be rolling out mobile apps starting in the US and UK. And that's coming this summer, so stay tuned.
We will roll out globally. We do want to roll the app out globally to everybody, so everyone at some point will be able to experience the YouTube gaming app.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by, guys.
Thanks for having us.
And of course, you can keep in touch with us all day long at YouTube Gaming and hashtag YouTube E3. Back inside to Geoff.
All right, thanks very much, Jax, and thanks to Ryan and Alan. YouTube Gaming is here, and we're psyched. 1080p, 60 frames per second. Hopefully the stream looks great for you guys. We'll be here all day, all through the PlayStation press conference tonight, which has a lot of cool surprises in it. All right, well, brand new games, the return of World Championships. Nintendo is already having a huge E3, and we're just getting started. Ali Rapp from Nintendo Treehouse is here to tell us more about all things Nintendo. So, Ali, you guys had a big championship yesterday.
It was super exciting.
Reggie got his ass kicked,
oh,
though,
man.
right?
Oh, I felt so bad, right? Like, jump, Reggie. But I think he did pretty good.
All right.
Like, Hungry Box is good, right?
Reggie did well. Well, we've got some beautiful amiibo here.
So beautiful.
Little Yoshi. This is an amiibo, actually. It's not just a little
we're showing
doll,
off
right?
the, so this is the Yarn Yoshi amiibo, and we've also got the Chibi-Robo amiibo that we'll be playing with later.
Okay. Oh, there's a tease. All
Yeah.
right.
Oh, snap.
So we've got a bunch of games you guys are going to show off. Obviously, you have the digital event tomorrow where a lot of your big announcements will happen, so we can't get ahead of that.
Yeah, we're going to keep things low-key, but what's really
You're not
cool
here to
is
announce the next
not here to announce,
Mario game? No.
But what's really cool is that, so the stuff we're going to be showing off today here is actually exclusive-ish. So nobody's seen this stuff yet.
Cool.
Nobody's seen this Chibi-Robo stage. Nobody's seen this Yoshi's Woolly World stage. So.
All right. Well, let's get right into Yoshi's Woolly World here, playing it live on the Wii U, right?
Right. Yep. So we're going to start off in classic mode in the stage 1. So this is the E3 show floor demo.
Okay. Cool.
There's 3 stages, and what you got to know about Yoshi is like, oh man, it's just. Have you played Yoshi games before, like Yoshi's Island?
Come on, we love Yoshi.
Okay, I'm just checking. So.
And he's so cute in yarn form.
Right. So like Yoshi games are all about exploring, right? Because there's no timer, and that's on purpose. So what you need to do is you need to like unravel your world, craft your world as this adorable little yarn Yoshi. To find all these collectibles, and there's so many collectibles in the game, right?
And you collect these balls of yarn. You can actually knit things,
the yarn
right?
balls, right. So you want to like toss your yarn balls at. So there's like this windmill coming up. They're collecting yarn balls right now. So they're also playing in multiplayer, and it's a 2-player game or up to 2 players. And you can play single player, but it's great multiplayer because like you can just like use each other as yarn balls, right? Like you can throw each other at stuff.
Right.
We're going back here.
Yeah.
And like.
And two-player as well, right? Because you can co-op, you can also have another Yoshi, right? Yeah.
And so they're exploring, right? That's a smiley flower.
Yes.
So there they go. So one thing that we can chat about while we're playing is, so there's the Yarn Yoshi amiibo, right?
Yep.
And when you're playing in single player, if you tap the Yarn Yoshi amiibo, what you do is you get called double Yoshi.
Yes.
And double Yoshi functions kind of like multiplayer Yoshi, so you get like a second Yoshi.
Okay.
And he follows you around, and whenever you control your Yoshi, he does the same thing.
So little AI-driven or mirroring you, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So in one way, it can make it a little bit more simple, and another way, it can make it a little bit harder because you're controlling two Yoshis at the same time, right?
My favorite, I think, is can't you, like, as Yoshi, can't you swap the other Yoshi and, like, throw them out? Like
Yeah. You control. Actually, we were talking about, like, we're like, should we let Geoff play? I don't know. I feel like he's going to throw up off of ledges. So it's Kit and Sarah back there playing.
Okay. Oh, Kit Ellis from the Nintendo Minute is live backstage.
He's
All right,
he's
nothing
back
wrong with
there.
that. That's
Sorry,
very cool.
Kit.
Nothing wrong with that. So obviously, as we go through this, there's a ton of fun areas that Yoshi can go through, and this is that's a cool. So is he becoming a Mario Yoshi?
They tapped the Mario amiibo back there, and what happened is you can tap that amiibo at any time, and you'll change into like this other character patterned Yoshi. So we've got Mario. You can tap in Fox McCloud, so you get like a Fox patterned Yoshi.
Yes.
Samus, all kinds of really
And is it
fun
just
stuff.
a cosmetic thing, or does it impact the gameplay?
It's a cosmetic thing,
Okay, cool.
and there's lots more,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna spoil them, but you'll definitely want to tap in all of your favorite non-Yarn Yoshi amiibo.
Okay, as Yoshi goes through this. Now,
Yeah.
I love the sound and the music design of this. It's so whimsical and fun. And the thing that I think, you look at it and it looks so beautiful and cute, but it's also, I mean, there's a lot of challenge to this game
Oh
too,
my god.
right?
Okay, so I'm super glad that you brought that up
Yeah.
because so this is kind of like the beginner stage for the E3 demo.
Okay.
But what you'll find out is
just swallow them up.
Right. What you'll find out is like as you're playing. So I love Yoshi because it's kind of like that slow pace. Like I can do my flutter jump and not be too scared. But what I noticed about keeping going in the game is that it gets really, really tricky. And I'm not just saying that, like, oh, you're supposed to say that to hug people, right?
You guys in the treehouse
You're
are
gonna,
up there late at night.
yeah, you're gonna be, if you wanna get all the collectibles, you're in for a challenge.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I would
So
expect
don't
nothing
count it
less
out
from
because
Mr.
it's so
Tezuka.
cute. Yeah. Tezuka-san.
Exactly. No, it looks so cute, and I know it's coming out shortly. I know sort of around the world in Europe soon, right?
Yep. And this fall for the U.S.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a wait,
Yes.
but just trust me when I say that it's worth the wait.
It's going to be worth the wait. Well, it's
Yeah.
very cute and whimsical, and this
Yeah,
this
it's
Yoshi
so good.
amiibo is like
I know, and
it's
there's
so
just three
beautiful.
colors, right? Like the green and pink.
Yeah.
Which ones do you want?
I like blue actually. I'm probably
You
going
like
with blue.
What about all three?
I would love
I'm
all
gonna
three. You're going to give me all three? I don't know, but yeah, this is amazing. That it's so cool that it's got. So it actually has the NFC
Yeah,
chip
it's in his
inside
butt.
of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Yoshi butt is the
Yep,
amiibo
Yoshi
chip.
butt.
All right,
That's how you do
well,
it.
this level looks absolutely.
Yeah,
so
it's
much
great.
fun.
And
as you
there's
go
a lot
through
of things that return from the Yoshi series,
Yeah.
right? Like you see the winged clouds, you see kind of this like health circle.
warp
There's
pipe.
a lot of things, right? There's
Yeah.
a lot of things that are brand new. Like you've got the way that the yarn balls work versus
Yes.
the way that the eggs worked in previous games. You've got kind of like this sense of crafting and like deconstruction. So you'll see like a loose thread sometimes as you go along the stages.
Pull on
and you
it.
pull it,
Yeah.
and then like this yarn butterfly flaps out.
Right.
And you have to follow the yarn butterfly because the yarn butterfly will lead you to another like area or collectible.
So many balls of yarn. I love the
So
anime
many-
cameos,
so many
obviously,
balls
from so
of
many
yarn.
other characters. Can't wait to see it. Well, Yoshi's Woolly World coming this fall from Nintendo.
Mhm.
So, Ali, you guys have a lot of other stuff that's going to be here at E3 as well. You had the
Yes.
World Championships yesterday. We should talk a bit about that.
Yep.
So you had thousands of fans right there at the Microsoft
It was
Theater
so
now,
cool, yeah.
having everyone play it. So tell us, how did that go?
I mean, so I was watching because I had to go do some other stuff, but it was just fantastic. Like, I think it ended up. I think we're just really proud of everyone.
The
who
Super
put the
Mario,
hard
we were
work
watching
into
here at the
it,
studio
and
because we were
just
rehearsing.
felt really good
The
to see
Super
people
Mario
excited.
Maker stuff at the end was
Yeah,
just
oh God,
like
yeah.
that was just
Yeah,
like
it was-
satanic level.
Satanic. It was just like it was such a blast to watch people get really
Yeah.
into it, right? Like it's so awesome to see the fans just excited about stuff, and
Yeah.
like I mean, you know, they like cut to a blackout screen, like what's our next game, and all you
Right.
would hear is like one sound effect, and people
I
would
know.
just go crazy. And it was just like it's so heartwarming for us to see that and to interact with fans and.
Well, yeah,
Just
you
to
guys
feel that
seemed like
love.
you guys teased some type of new game in there that was some reveal. They didn't say much about it, right?
Blast Ball.
Yes.
Yeah, you saw that. It's going to be good. It's a lot of fun to play. We'll definitely hear more about it in the days to come, but keep it on the DL now.
On the DL, you're not
On
going to
the
give
DL. Keep it on the
YouTube's
DL.
worldwide audience any scoop. All right.
Keep it on
That's
the
why
DL.
they didn't send Reggie, because they knew
But
I'd
you'll
be
be
pushing them too
excited.
hard.
You'll be excited.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, we've got some more games coming up here. Who is next?
We are going to see some indie
Okay.
stuff.
The
And then
Nindy, how do you pronounce it?
Nindy,
Nindy.
and we are going to come back to play with our little buddy Chibi-Robo.
All right, well, why don't you tell us who our developers that's coming in for the indie
Oh, I can
section?
let him introduce himself.
Okay,
Here he
well, come
is.
on in. All right. How you doing? I'm Jeff.
Hey, man, Jules.
Jules,
I'll
nice
be
to meet you. All
back.
right, Allie will be
All right,
back.
cool.
Jules,
Tag.
welcome to the YouTube Live at
Thank you,
E3
sir.
stage. You don't have an amiibo. Indies don't get
I
amiibos
know.
yet, right?
Oh, where's my Max amiibo? There should be one right there.
Well, exactly. At least you have the shirt. So, yeah, Nintendo obviously has had some really cool indie games over the years. Why don't you tell us about what you guys are working on and what we're going to see for the first time?
Well, yeah, the Nindies at Home event's happening right now, so everyone at home can download 9 demos on the Wii U eShop.
Wow.
Which is the first time at E3 they've done that.
Yep.
So Mutant Mud Super Challenge is one of them. The nice thing is, obviously they're all demos, and actually downloading them and having them on your system will go towards a loyalty discount when you go to buy the game.
So this
which
is
really
basically
cool.
so this is sort of a special E3 tease
Yeah,
of
it's a
these indie
unique
games?
thing, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Well, here we got Mutant Muds up here with some,
we have the
some
game.
gameplay. So, I mean, obviously we love the sort of old school feel to it. Tell us about, your team and bringing this to life. Why was Nintendo the place to build this?
Big inspiration is, the original Super Mario World.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw that, as a kid, I mean, just the world, the vibrance and everything was a huge inspiration. This particular game, so this is a sequel to Mutant Muds.
Yep.
Aptly named Super Challenge, Mutant Mud Super Challenge. Inspired really kind of by the official sequel to Super Mario Brothers, which is Lost Levels, which is really crazy hard.
Yeah.
So this is really kind of designed.
This is a challenge.
It is a challenge. So it's really for those that have played and mastered the first game.
Yeah.
You just go right into this one. So this does not hold your hand. There's no difficulty curve. It's just hard. There's just no messed around.
tell when you jump
this is
back
level
and
one.
it's
And this is level one. So I mean, you have spikes and all kinds of crazy stuff to deal with. Behind the scenes, gems hiding back there. There's a checkpoint, so if you die, at least you don't go all the way back to the beginning. So
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
So as you guys, develop this obviously for Wii U, are you using the gamepad in any way, or is it pretty much just what you're seeing on the television?
Yeah, this is on the Wii U and 3DS. So on the Wii U, it has off-TV play, so you can
cool.
curl up, with the gamepad and play it over there. Obviously, this is one of the Nindies at Home downloadable games you can get. So
Is this a level actually people will get to play today?
yes. So
Okay,
on the
cool.
demo, there's this level, which is level 1, and there's a secret level down there, a VLAND, which you have to use a power-up to get to. And there's the second level is level 3-1, which is kind of a desert theme. And the third one, for the first time in Mutant Muds, we've added bosses finally to the game, which is really exciting.
Oh my God! So tell me about the boss fights.
It's pretty cool. So we're trying to leverage the fact that Max can jump into the background, into the foreground, that kind of stuff. So the boss that's in the demo is pretty neat. It's a big ghost boss, so you have to use the ghost shot to even harm him. He's charging at you. You have to jump into the background. I think it's going to come up on here, but I'm not sure if we'll get to it. But you have to jump into the background, get the ghost shot, but then run through a gauntlet of ghosts to get back to the foreground, conserve your ammo to take him out. So it's pretty challenging.
Yeah, building levels for this must just be so much fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
And then you got to test them and see if they're too hard.
Yes.
Which often they probably are, right?
And then you've done it right.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah. Hopefully it's fair, but it's hard, yeah.
Well, whoever is playing backstage seems to be doing a fairly good job. So that's great. So if you have a Wii U, you're going to be able to download this today?
Right now.
Wow,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
only
head to the
this
eShop.
week. Only this week you can get them all. And then they'll
It
be
goes back
yanked
to the
off.
Nintendo Vault?
Yes.
Like the old Disney Vault?
They'll stay on your Wii U, though.
Excellent. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so you can still keep playing,
Yes,
but
yes.
this is the week to get it. All right, well,
Exactly.
thanks very much
Yeah,
for
man.
Mutant
Thanks,
Nuts
dude.
Look.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
Appreciate it. And now we're going to have Allie come back, because it's time for...
And I won't stand right in front of the table this time.
I know.
So they have to come and awkwardly move me.
Major faux pas.
Here I am.
All right, you're back.
Behind the table.
With this new... I haven't seen this amiibo before.
Yeah, the Chibi-Robo amiibo.
Yeah.
So the Chibi-Robo amiibo is going to be functional with the Chibi-Robo Ziplash game, which is a 3DS game, Nintendo 3DS. And it's going to be coming out this fall.
Okay.
And we might give more details later.
In the digital event or somewhere?
Maybe, I guess we'll
Okay.
see. But we're gonna see some Chibi-Robo Ziplash gameplay soon.
Okay.
And what you gotta know about Chibi-Robo Ziplash is,
Yes.
so Yoshi's Woolly World is cute,
Yep.
right? So is Chibi-Robo Ziplash, but in a very different way.
Yes.
Did you play the old Chibi-Robo games?
I did not actually.
Okay, so are you familiar with what Chibi-Robo does?
No, tell me about Chibi-Robo. It seems
Chibi-Robo-
like Chibi-Robo has an ability to have some electricity.
Chibi-Robo is a little miniature robot
Yes.
who cleans. Which is like the most exciting thing that you've
Yes.
ever heard in your whole life,
Okay.
right? He loves to pick up trash.
Yes.
And so the old games, he just kind of like explored these environments and like, I really don't like litter. And he would like pick up people's litter and like tidy your house and things like that. But Chibi-Robo Ziplash is going to be a platformer. So it's kind of a
Okay.
reimagining of the Chibi-Robo game.
Yes, but as a platformer.
But as a
Okay.
platformer. So,
So
we'll get our
puzzling.
gameplay up soon.
Yes, and we will take a look at Chibi-Robo.
Won't
doing
we,
his thing.
Sarah?
Yes. Well, I know we've got the live demo on 3DS,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
so we get to
yeah,
see them go
And,
head to head.
yeah.
And there we go. We go back. There we go.
All right.
Chibi-Robo. All right, let's take a look.
So Chibi-Robo Ziplash. So you can see that Chibi-Robo,
Oh my God! It
right,
really is a
right.
little
So
whip
he's
with the cord.
using his cord and plug to
Yeah.
whip things in the environment, to take out objects. And what's going on is these little aliens are stealing Earth's resources. And the most important resource is candy, of
Yes.
course.
Okay.
And so Chibi-Robo's like, I can't let aliens steal the candy. And so he's like trying to defeat these aliens and recollect all of the candy that these aliens have stolen.
Oh my God! All right, these are some advanced moves. I love
Right,
it.
right.
Level animation's really cool.
Yeah,
in 3DS too.
Yeah, so he's using his plug-in cord as a whip.
Yep.
And right now he's got what's called the Whiplash. And the Whiplash is kind of his normal whip. It's got like the normal distance, but he can also, still tidying up the Earth as a good little robot.
Yeah.
So he's got the Whiplash down here, and it shows how long his Whiplash is. And
How
you
many
can you can get upgrades. Are you making a joke?
I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Gross.
See where it goes,
So
Alex.
we're making a joke. His Whiplash is currently, right, like 6 inches,
Yeah.
and that's how long he can whip.
Okay.
But he can upgrade. He can collect these red orbs to make
Okay.
his Whiplash longer. And now we're getting what's called the Ziplash, which is where the Chibi-Robo Ziplash comes from. And the Ziplash is his, like, Hulk power, right? So he can hold Y and take out bigger blocks, enemies, things like that. It can also go further, so he can upgrade that using the blue boost balls, the little blue
Right.
orbs.
God, Chibi-Robo. All right.
And just kind of like a Yoshi game, Chibi-Robo has so many collectibles, so many
Right.
areas to find. And what's really cool about it is
And
you've
now
got
obviously,
this-
can you sort of backtrack and then go back there with a longer
Right,
whip
right.
and then go
So
further?
yeah, the idea is that you upgrade the Whiplash
Metroid
to
style? Yeah, cool.
Ziplash. And you go back to areas that you were before,
Right.
find new areas, find new collectibles. You can see like there's tons of different collectibles. Like there's the candy, there's the medals. There are these things called Chibi Tots, which we might see, which is like a little chibi
Okay.
that's like, oh, come and catch me.
Mini
And so you have
chibi?
to catch it. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
You can also kill them.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you don't get, you just send them to a different place. You hit them with your plug-in
Nintendo
cord.
doesn't kill anyone, right? They just disappear to some other
Have
fantasy
you played
land.
Bayonetta?
That's an exception. That's Platinum Games. That's not Nintendo.
Right.
Very cool. All right. Well, Chibi-Robo will be coming out this fall for 3DS, right?
Yep. So be on
Fantastic.
the lookout. Oh, and the amiibo.
Yes.
He gives Chibi-Robo like a super Chibi-Robo. So
Okay.
he is like Super Hulk.
Okay.
And he's awesome. And it's going to come bundled. So you're going to
Okay.
get the Chibi-Robo amiibo with the game.
All right. Well, very cool. Looks great. Thank you for bringing your amiibo and your games by, Allie. Great to see you. And we'll hopefully hear more from Nintendo, I guess, tomorrow at the digital event and hit the show floor. Those games will both be playable at E3?
Yep. So if you're at the show,
Yep.
stop by and try them out. Definitely, like if you're core too,
Yes.
try out that third stage in Yoshi's Woolly World because
Okay.
it is not easy.
That is a real challenge.
It is a real
Even
challenge.
the people at the Treehouse have
Even when I started playing it, I
Yes.
had to play on mellow mode.
Even
Mellow mode is
can
like
Bill Tran make it through?
I'm really bad, I'm sure.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Allie. And of course, Nintendo's digital event will be airing live tomorrow on YouTube, so you guys can check that out. It will be live at, I believe, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon
Correct.
Eastern,
Yep.
right? Okay, cool. Well, let's head on over to the. Thank you, Allie. I'm going to
thanks.
cross over here to meet up with a friend of mine who's busy tweeting. Randy Pitchford is here from Gearbox.
Hey,
Randy,
how's it
good
going,
to see you,
Geoff?
man.
Good
How's
to see
everything?
you.
Thanks for coming by. We are so excited to have you here to show off some Battleborn.
I am thrilled to be here. I mean, we've been, it's so hard to get people's attention when you're making new stuff. I remember when we were trying to do Borderlands and everybody thought we were crazy, and that was just the handful of people that noticed us.
Yeah.
So we're here screaming from the top of our lungs, saying, "This is cool. We think this is interesting. We hope you like it." But we're having a blast with it, and
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got to play it a few weeks ago at the pre-E3 Judges Week, and it's so much fun. I mean, it's so Gearbox, but because when you first announced it, I wasn't sure how it was going to feel, and then when I sit down, it's like, it reminds me so much of Borderlands, but it's different, and it's like, we've got some footage, right, of the demo? So
Yeah,
do you
we
want to
do,
sort of
actually.
Just, like, take a look?
This is actually the first time anybody's seeing this.
Cool.
This is from the game.
Yeah.
And people will be playing this at E3 starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we're going to give you a look at it first.
Cool. So this is real gameplay. This is actually a level that I played a couple of weeks ago. So tell us, I mean, obviously this is very character-based, and you've got an amazing cast of characters.
Yeah.
And part of the fun, I think, when I first sat down was like just the debate about who I wanted to play as.
That's part of it. Battleborn is, the setting is really this context to have all of these crazy characters together. The premise is this is the end of the universe. There's one star left. We know all the stars are eventually going to burn out. Our sun might be one of the first ones, but at some point there's just going to be one star left, one last star, and everybody that can travel the stars will probably end up there, and they're all going to disagree about what to do about that.
Yeah.
But they band together to fight against the real enemy. We call them the Virelsi. We've sort of personified entropy. We've created an enemy out of dark matter and dark energy, and the Battleborn get together to deal with that. So in one game, you can have guys like this is Thorn here, so she's kind of this space elf with a bow. This is Caldarius, who's like a badass Gundam guy. There's so many different characters. That was Arendi in the background, a witch that can cast wicked spells and use dark magic. These characters are amazing, and the team back at Gearbox, we've had so much fun creating characters in Borderlands. We wanted to build a game where we can go even farther with those skills and those talents and that passion.
It's absolutely amazing.
You can see Phoebe down there. She's works with the LLC, which are kind of profiteers. They make all the robots and all the war machines for all these factions at the end of time and space. And she's pretty awesome. She's kind of this almost steampunk Victorian look that she can summon these foils, these swords, and throw them at enemies, and has all kinds of other cool abilities, including the ability to teleport. I love Phoebe. She's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, that's why when I played a couple times at the Judges Day, and it's great to pick different characters.
Which characters did you play at the Judges Day?
I think Phoebe I played for a little while. I'm trying to remember. I don't know.
This is Arendi right here.
This is Arendi, okay. Because this is all from perspective. But yeah, there were three different characters that we all played through, and it felt like each of them sort of, felt wholly unique. And the model for this game, I mean, are you thinking that, obviously there's so many characters, I mean, are you thinking about sort of how you're going to add new characters into it as it goes?
That's our hope. We're launching the game, when we did the Borderlands games, we launched with 4 hero characters. And there's so much investment to build them. That was a big stretch, but we, of course, we're committed to co-op gameplay. We like people to have shared experiences, and we want people that are playing the game together to be able to use different characters. And we've gotten so good at that, we really doubled down. And so a character in Battleborn is about 4 times the investment of a character that you see in Borderlands. So that everything from 4 times as many bones in the animation to 4 times as much detail and fidelity in the character to 4 times as much dialogue and voiceover. Yet we pushed so hard on the character promise that we're launching Battleborn with 25 characters. So it's insane, right? Like we only had 4 characters launching with Borderlands.
25 on day one.
Day one, and we I know we've been it's nuts. Our character teams are just incredible. These guys, we have so much fun jamming on concept art, and some of the better stuff will end up on the wall, and then the designers, will work with the artists and the programmers to kind of figure out which ones we're going to do in what order. And there's a bunch at E3. I think we've got 10 playable characters for the gamers that are here at E3 to choose from. And we haven't even shown the nuttiest stuff yet. We're kind of easing people into it. Like one of the characters that you can play is Oscar Mike, who just plays like a classic Space Marine. If you like Halo and you like playing as like a Master Chief, it's exactly that. I mean, if you like playing Halo, it's perfect for that. But our fantasy, our dream with Battleborn is any archetype we've ever imagined in a first-person shooter. We want to cover that. We want to have something for you. So we've got stealth guys. There's a freaking space vampire sword guy guy that kind of plays kind of between like a Jedi would with lightsabers and like a samurai from like feudal Japan. The guy is just insane. His name is Wrath. He's one of my favorite characters. He's got the spin to win attack, but he's first-person melee, and it's fun. He's a blast. So.
Well, and having all these styles play together in the same environment, after the balance of that is
it's insane.
It's not
impossible,
easy,
and we're not. I'll be honest, we're not done yet. We still have a lot of work to do, and I know we're hoping at some point to do a beta, and we'll talk about that later. But we're looking for fans to help us balance this. We've been having a lot of fun. We do play tests every day at Gearbox. We do have a focus test program at Gearbox. If you happen to live in Dallas, you can go to our website and you can get involved. And we have people playing. Yeah, it's you know, we only get maybe 16 or so people a session, and we do 3 or 4 a week. But you might get lucky, and you might get a chance to play Battleborn and see some of the stuff we haven't even talked about yet. You have to sign an NDA this thick, so don't feel like you're going to be able to spoil
Play
any
Borderlands
secrets.
3 now, right? It's only, right? Well, you guys announced last year you're working on that. You're building a team, and it's like Gearbox is always very prolific.
We are in concept and pre-production on future Borderlands, but right now, like all the energy is on Battleborn, and we've been able to take everything we've learned from Borderlands, like all of the technology that powers Shift. You know how I'm still giving away free codes for Borderlands. You know, if you're a Borderlands fan, you're still getting free stuff from me. And all that technology is really a backbone that helped us build a game like Battleborn, because it's really a massive game, right? We have a full-featured campaign that plays out like episodically. You'll have all the episodes at once. It's not like you have to wait months for these things. You'll have a full season when the game launches. 9 episodes minimum.
9 episodes, 25 characters.
And we've got so we've got the story mode that you can play solo, and you can play cooperatively with up to 5 people, and then we have this competitive game, which has been nuts. And that's the trick to balance. But it's been a lot of fun to get all these characters together, beating the hell out of each other. And one week, you know, this is the new meta, and another week, this other character becomes the one everybody wants to play around the studio, and we're having a blast with it.
Well, it looks phenomenal. It's just a ton of fun to play. This is one of the games that you can see, but you really just have to go hands-on, I think, to play.
We hope people like it, and that's been a challenge. You know, it's always tricky when you're trying to do something new. You know, with Borderlands, we blended RPGs with first-person shooters, and we really, you know, I think we're the first people to do it like we did it, and probably, you know, amongst a handful that have ever even attempted anything like that. And it took us a while to help, you know, communicate what our intent was. We're really inventing a lot with Battleborn, and so some people are still trying to figure out what it is.
What box do we put it in?
Yeah, I know, and it's like we don't like boxes.
It's just fun to sit down and play it, and there's so many possibilities about how you play, which character you play, and it's just fun to go in there. And you know, the combat is just tons of fun. So it was great to play it.
And when we opened announcing the game, we focused on the PvP, right? Because a lot of people, if they found out about Gearbox by playing Borderlands, they might not realize that we have a history with making PvP games, like what we did with Halo. We wrote the software that allowed Halo to be played on the internet for the first time. And we did Counter-Strike back with Valve in the day, but it's been a long time. So we wanted to put that first, and then when we first announced, people thought, oh, it's only PvP. No, we've got this massive campaign. We love co-op gameplay. We love campaign and story mode.
That's the story, the adventure.
So now we're doubling on that, and so at E3 it's all about that, and people are going to be like, wait, is there going to be competitive? And it's like,
no. Yeah, but the sense of story and the progression, and it was fun. You know, just the dialogue and everything in there. It's really great. Well, Randy,
thanks a lot.
for giving us a sneak peek at Battleborn. We'll head on over to the show floor and play it tomorrow.
Awesome.
Right now, we're going to head on over to Jackie to get word on what's happened on social. Jax?
We put the call out at the hashtag YouTube E3. What game that was announced during Microsoft Xbox press conference are you most excited to see? What are you running out to buy? And here are your answers. Justin says, the first game I'm going to buy is Tomb Raider. No surprises there. I am da fear. I want to see Call of Duty the most on Xbox One, especially Black Ops 2. We also have a few more tweets. Gordo Mentality says, first game I'm going to play on my Xbox One would most likely be Borderlands. Hopefully it'll let me play the DLC as well. Mr. Max Mariner said, first game I'd grab for Xbox One is Metal Gear Solid 5. Hard to find another franchise with such consistently excellent entries. We also had really great reaction to the Legoland demo. GLaDOS and Lego's Dimensions is one more reason to buy this game. That's from UTI Gaming. And Dustin and Helix says, Lego Dimensions looks to be one of the most fun and innovative titles to come out in years. Highly impressive, and I absolutely agree. And also, a lot of reaction to the trailer that we showed here for Metal Gear Solid 5. The new MGSV trailer featuring Elegia by New Order was chilling. Great track to use. Can't wait for the end. That's a 30-year-old song, gonna make a huge splash now because of that. And also, Jeff got called out. Were you getting emotional at the end of the trailer?
Maybe a little, yeah.
Were there tears?
I don't know quite tears, but no, it's sad. It's sad that that's the final Metal Gear trailer from Hideo Kojima, and he's still working on the game, yet he knows he's leaving at the end of the year, Konami. So or whenever the game finishes. So it's
bittersweet.
Yeah. It is bittersweet. But thanks for the social update, Jack. We've got
Anytime.
much more coming up. Of course, we've got the EA press conference live at 1 p.m. Pacific. That will feature brand new footage of Star Wars Battlefront. And this is the year of Star Wars, so you guys are not going to want to miss that. But we got tons of stuff live on our stage until then. And one thing you saw this morning at the Xbox briefing was indie games, and lots of great indie titles. That's the idea of a small developer being able to make it big here at E3. Later tonight, we'll have Sean Murray from No Man's Sky by. I've worked with him over the past few years with his game, No Man's Sky, that we revealed a few years ago, and he's got some amazing new footage to share of that. But right now, we're going to talk about another indie game. Here is the lead designer, Forrest Dowling, with a world premiere deep dive into Flame in the Flood. Forrest, great to have you with us. I got to see this game a few weeks ago, and your team, a lot of them are from Irrational Games that came out of the BioShock team, and this is a beautiful looking game, but has some really interesting gameplay to it. So tell us a bit about Flame in the Flood for people that haven't seen it.
So it is a survival game, like at its core. It's sort of built on the idea of real world survival, and you play as a girl with her dog, and you have a raft, and you're traveling down this procedurally generated river.
Right.
And really the goal is to just survive, but in like a really grounded real world sense, which is really important to us. So you're doing things like you're evading predators, you need to craft traps, you need to hunt prey, and you need to just constantly keep moving.
Right.
So it's kind of like there's not really fantasy elements or anything like that. We're looking at a lot of sort of real world examples of survival and survival games.
Right.
And actually like survival guidebooks and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
So that's what it's sort of built on. Like the intent is to be really grounded, but to combine it with a really, like a more interesting art style.
She's a dog, just like so many games now, I feel
Yeah,
like. The Fallout dog, we had that Inafune dog this morning.
I know, we're dog people.
I think it's the year of the dog. Jackie was asking about buzzwords. I think it's all about dogs.
But. Yeah, well, the team, we're mostly dog owners and we love dogs. So, I mean, I would just love to have an excuse to put a dog in the game.
All right, well, hey, nothing wrong with that. As long as the AI works well, which it does. And the great thing now about indie games, when I look at this, and it's just so visually beautiful, what you guys have put together with this in terms of the look of it. So tell me, I mean, as you're kind of exploring here, you're opening your inventory, you're kind of looking around. I mean, what are you adventuring for? What are you seeking out?
That's something that sort of gets revealed over the course of the game as you play it. Like as you saw, we're seeing this right from the very beginning of the game right now, where you start at this camp and this dog shows up with this bag and you meet him and there's this radio in a bag and there's no signal. Like you can't really figure it out.
Water.
Yeah, you can drink that. There's a
it's
really
suspicious.
good.
I'm not sure if we should.
Yeah, so like I said, we're coming from real world survival, and you can drink standing water out in the wilderness. Like that's fine, but it's highly inadvisable. So if you do drink that, there's a good chance you'll get dysentery, which will actually dehydrate you worse, and then you need to treat it. So you might need to find penicillin at an old vet or something like that.
So there's very much an adventuring aspect to this, of kind of collecting items, sort of side quests to go off and do things. As
Absolutely. You're always sort of you always need to like collect the things in the wilderness that are going to help you, and use those to survive. So like some of the stuff gathered up there, like there's a bunch of cattails where you start, which is like actually a really useful survival tool, because you can like take the heads and fluff them up to start a fire, or you can pack your clothing with them to stay warm, you can eat the roots of them, and you can braid them into cords, which you can use to build things like snares and traps.
And obviously some great rafting here, and I imagine as you go on in the game, your raft gets better and better.
Yep. Over the course of the game, you can craft upgrades for your raft. As you crash, it'll get damaged, and you can repair it. If it gets completely damaged, you're just going to drown in the river, so you got to keep care of it. This is like the very first Rapids experience, so it starts pretty low-key and pretty easy, and gets a lot harder as the game goes on and as the river speeds up.
Wow, well, it's absolutely beautiful to see what you guys have been able to put together. How big is the team?
There's 6 of us.
See, that's what I love about this industry. It's like we can go from the crazy Call of Duties and Halos of the world down to 6 people in Boston making a game like this and making it, something that looks this beautiful. So where is this game at in development?
Right now, we are, I would say, like in the beta state mostly. There's a lot of features that we still need to bring online.
Right.
We are going to be we're actually coming out for our Kickstarter backers very, very soon.
Okay.
So they're going to be like the first people playing it and getting a look at it. And then we're going to be continuing to develop it, of course, as we go. It's sort of weird. Like some areas are like beta complete, and then there's still some features that we're working on that don't exist yet. And there's ones that we don't even know what they're going to be yet. Like I've got a long list of things I want to do, but I'm really interested to see when people start playing it, what they react to and what they like and what they want to see and stuff that's not working for them. And we have enough room in our schedule now that we can be flexible and sort of change the game based on you know feedback and what people like or don't like about it.
That's right. I forgot to mention it was a Kickstarter game. I remember about a year ago. That Story and Game Informer did the Kickstarter, successfully funded, and rightfully so. It looks really cool, and I love just the music and vibe of it. So, of course, thank you for coming by to give us a sneak peek at Fame and Flood. That will be coming out soon. We got a break coming up, but much more in the next hour. An exclusive first look at a brand new level from Ratchet and Clank for the PlayStation 4 ahead of the PlayStation press conference tonight. We've got a huge announcement from Platinum Games that you may have got some hints about over the weekend. Josh Holmes is here to talk Halo 5, Guardians after the Xbox briefing, and much more. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Sefton Hill to dig into Batman Arkham Knight. It's out next week, but Sefton is here to give you a sneak peek. YouTube Live at E3 is presented by Duracell. Get an edge with Duracell and outlast your opponents.
It started with a meeting. Everyone was there. Scarecrow said he had a plan, that together we could take you out. And Gotham would be ours.
Over my dead body.
I believe that was the idea.
Remnants of Gotham, I have messages for you all. To the vandals who stayed behind to pick the still warm flesh from Gotham's bones, have your fun. You are under my protection. To the cowards quaking behind the police department's walls, you will not be spared. And to Batman, I have already won. Emptied your city with a vial of toxin and a few threatening words. That's how little the safety you provided was worth. And when the dawn comes, when Gotham lies in ruin and I turn my gaze to the world beyond, the legend of the Batman will be worth nothing at all.
Hey guys, welcome back to YouTube Live at E3. All day we've got live coverage on YouTube of E3 for the first time, and we got an amazing afternoon for you. It is only noon Pacific in an hour. We've got the EA briefing with Star Wars Battlefront. We've got Ubisoft at 3 o'clock with Assassin's Creed and more, and then tonight, the PlayStation press conference with Uncharted 4 and much, much more. But before we get to that, we've got Halo, Ratchet and Clank, and Tomb Raider all coming up in the next hour. But first, a lot of games at E3, you got to wait, 6 months. 12 months, 18 months to play. Now we're going to talk about a game that is out next week. And I'm so excited about it because Batman is back and some of his greatest foes are there as well in one of the most highly anticipated games of the year. It is Batman Arkham Knight. And now I get the pleasure of introducing a good buddy of mine who has been holed up in North London for over 3.5 years working on this, Sefton Hill. Sefton, I feel like you haven't even been able to come to E3. I feel like you've been so busy making this game, but now you're done, right?
Yeah, we've been properly locked away in the bunker, working on it super hard. It's the biggest game we've ever made by far. It's as big as Asylum and City put together and then some, so it's taken us a long while to build it, but yeah, it's great to be here with a finished game.
Yeah, no, I remember when I played the first Arkham game many years ago. I got a build of it a couple months before it came out, and I remember calling you and saying, this is absolutely incredible. And you guys just came out of nowhere to blow us away with that, and this is the end of the trilogy. So, yeah, let's jump right in. You've got a live demo here on the PlayStation 4. Tell us, where are we? Because, I mean, this world there's so much to it. There's so many characters. There's dual play. What do you want to tell people about the game that they might not know?
Yeah, I mean, the world itself is absolutely huge. That's something we've really focused on. This is the end of the trilogy, as you say. It's our last chance to show everything we've learned with Batman. So we wanted to create the whole of Gotham and let you explore it, go anywhere you want to go in the whole city. It's full of supervillains, it's full of thugs and criminals that have taken over the whole city, and basically it's down to you to claim your city back.
Wow. Now, we know, obviously, there's a rogues gallery of villains in this game. You've got the Batmobile, so much in this world, and when I look at it, it just feels like, you did open world with City, but it feels like this one, there's so much more density to the experiences, and we all know with open world games, like that's what makes GTA so great, is there's just so much in there.
Yeah.
So tell us, I mean, all these different parts of the city, I mean, what are some of your favorite sort of things you can do as side missions or just explore?
Well, that's the thing that we really focused on, was filling the city full of great content. What does it feel like to be Batman in Gotham City, full of all of the supervillains ripping the city to pieces? So. Really bringing that whole experience to life. We have Penguin, Riddler, Two-Face, a whole load of people that we've not even talked about. We're so close to release that we want to try and keep secret, so everyone gets.
You guys have done a good job at that, I think. You've teased a little bit of it, but there's so much more, I'm sure, there.
Yeah, I mean, the main story itself, we've barely told anything about, which is very deliberate because we don't want to ruin that surprise for everyone. So, yeah, that's something that's been a kind of really big focus for us, is story. It's giving Batman that context and that reason to go out and save Gotham. So yeah, there's so much to do. That's kind of the thing that it's hard to get across until you play it, to just see how much life there is in the city. It's unlike anything we've done before. And we've not tried to make a huge, expansive open world game as to make something that's really beautifully, richly detailed and has that heart and soul in every ounce and pore.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that I've noticed over the years with this game, especially, is when you announce the Batmobile, it's a really key part of the gameplay as well, and that's something where you can summon it at any point in the game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Almost we wanted it to, wanted it to feel like an extension of Batman himself. It's a new gadget for Batman to play with, rather than being a separate car that's a completely distinct thing. It's something that's completely integrated into every element of what it means.
Speaking of, look at that. It's like this is a live demo. I mentioned Batmobile. There it is.
Yeah, here it is. So if you look at the beautiful, rich attention to detail on the car. And we spent ages designing the car. We went through quite a few designs because we wanted something that when you looked at it, you immediately thought, yep, that's the Batmobile. It can't be any other car, but it also brings a load of new, fresh gameplay possibilities and experiences as well. So, it was something that really excited us, and it's hard to sort of express how integrated it is into all the gameplay rather than being something separate. You've got to think of it as Batman's 12th gadget. It's his new big gadget. So
that's what I love, is those moments where you're able to sort of use it to hoist something up. Or
here's a good example actually. So here we've got Batman. He's breaking into one of Penguin's weapon caches. He can't get past because he's got these 2 sentry guns blocking him. So he remote controls the Batmobile to take out the sentry guns, and that enables him to kind of get past those and go in.
I got to play this a few weeks ago,
so this is a great way of showing the kind of Batman and Batmobile relationship. You see the Penguin weapon cache. Penguin has these caches stored around the city, and he's supplying the weapons to all of the different supervillains. He's basically smuggled them into the city. So if you want to cut that off, you need to track these caches down. Here, Batman's opening up access through the roof.
It's amazing. Now, you mentioned, you guys have been quiet about story. We obviously know Arkham Knight is sort of part of this story, and it's like you guys have said a little bit, but not a lot about that character. I mean, is that, and then there's Scarecrow. So, I mean, how does this all piece together? And you probably want to keep it a little mysterious, but you got Scarecrow there. I mean, he's a big part of it. I love, the psychological stuff with Scarecrow in the first game was, some of my favorite levels of Last Generation. What you guys did was sort of the mind messing, so to speak. So how much of that will there be? I mean, how's that tie into Arkham Knight? How's that all fit together?
So basically, Scarecrow represents the psychological threat to Batman, and that's a really big part of who Batman is, and something that's been in the DNA of all the comics and everything, for Batman over the years. So Scarecrow really attacks Batman, and it's from his psychological core. The Arkham Knight is kind of more the brute force. I mean, his army has occupied the whole of Gotham. And so the two of those working together are what provides this really kind of lethal threat to Batman. And they want to destroy him. They want to destroy everything he stands for.
So they're in cahoots?
They're totally in cahoots, working together. And that's Yeah, I mean, that's what really kind of makes this different to any challenge that he's had before, is that all of the supervillains are working together. And here you can actually see Batman's right in there inside the weapons cache. Bit of the dual play combat, actually controlling Nightwing here. And you can do the dual team takedown, so one button press, boom.
Lots of cool. I remember playing this year, the cool environmental stuff. You can pull, push them against things, and the weapons, and then the pipes and all that stuff. And everyone loves that free flow combat, but you guys continue with each game to sort of add more dimensions to it, but still make it very playable. Yeah, this game looks absolutely insane, Sefton. Well, thanks for swinging by to give us a sneak peek. I'm sure you're going to mess with our mind in some way when we start playing this.
There'll be a little bit of messing. Yeah, I can guarantee.
Well,
there's lots of surprises. There's lots.
I know, and I can't believe you guys you're done now. Right?
I know. It's crazy, and it's a kind of sad moment because this is
this is your final Batman
final
Arkham demo here.
Bat baby. Yeah. So it's it's honestly it's quite sad, but it's
all right.
We're
man.
really proud of.
Well, I think. I can't wait to play it. I'm looking forward to it next week, and I'm sure fans are too. So congratulations to you, Jamie, and everybody at Rocksteady. I'm really proud of you guys. We can't wait to play that next week. And we've got much more coming up on E3 Live. Thank you, Sefton. Now, you guys have played Walking Dead games before, but never one like this. Here to give us the lowdown on Overkill's The Walking Dead is producer Almer Listo. Almer, how are you, man?
Hey, man.
Good to see you.
Good seeing
like the taco
man.
shirt.
Thank you.
Works for me.
Yeah.
So you guys are, we talked, there's lots of Walking Dead stuff out there. Telltale does their series, but you guys over the weekend, Overkill is obviously known for Payday and things like that. But you guys announced that you're doing this Walking Dead game.
Yeah.
And you're doing it with your own VR headset. Is this true?
Yeah. So two things. Last year we announced that we're doing the Overkill's The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
For PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Steam, right?
Yeah.
So what we announced this weekend was that we're doing our own VR helmet, the Star VR, and together with that, at E3 we're going to show a demo that we made for Overkill's The Walking Dead in the VR experience. So you're going to be able to actually try it out. Put on the helmet, get the physical shotgun, and just go nuts.
And you guys are working with Robert Kirkman on this, right? It's
The cool thing is that we're in partnership. We're with Robert directly.
Yeah.
So what that means is that seeing as Skybound are independent, we're independent as developers. There's no middle management. We just work directly, make sure that everything we produce is as cool as possible, and all of it is based on the comic books as well, which I prefer because they're so horrific. They're brutal.
Oh, it's an amazing franchise. Well, you've been kind enough to bring by the world premiere first look at a trailer that has some gameplay, has some live action
from
in there.
the VR experience. Yeah. So we did some live action footage as an homage to the Payday stuff we've done before, because we've done Payday stuff with Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking Bad. Yeah. So this is just an homage for the VR demo experience we're doing at E3. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, let's take a look right now at the world premiere of the new trailer for Overkill's The Walking Dead. Take a look, guys. Overkill's The Walking Dead. All right, so that's so it's a VR experience. So will this game only be playable in VR?
Yeah, precisely. So they're two separate games because I heard some comments, is this going to be a co-op VR experience? Right. Let's just focus on enjoying a really cool single-player VR experience. Yeah. It's basically like Virtua Cop. You ever tried those games back in the day? Yeah. So it's a short demo just showcasing our new VR headset and the large field of view that you got in there.
Right.
It's you're basically a surgeon who just cut off his leg. You got 2 other people with you. One wants to leave you behind. The other wants to get you with him, right?
Wow.
So you go through this rail and you get to experience this world, and it's super immersive. If anyone's at E3 this year, they have to come to our booth in the West Hall to try it
They'll
out.
probably come, but there'll be how many headsets do you have?
We got 5 stations. Yeah. So 3
5 stations, 50,000 people.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long line in there.
Make sure you get early.
All right. So tell us about how does this fit into the Walking Dead fiction? I mean, is this the story of it? Is it tied to a specific comic, specific character?
So the VR demo specifically is just a story strain of the bigger picture, right? Because the cool thing with the Walking Dead as a franchise, as a story, is that there's so many different characters going about. You know, our game, the bigger one for the consoles and Steam, is gonna tell you stories about new characters that we want to introduce into the franchise. We don't want to, go back to Robert's older characters, that he's doing. We want to introduce new characters, right? That the gamers can, find themselves in, basically.
Wow. Well, very cool. We'll look forward to seeing what happens with that from you guys. Now, the obvious question is, why did you have to build your own VR headset? I mean, there's Valve, there's Oculus, there's Morpheus. Do we really need another one? I mean, you think someone's going to buy a headset just for this game, or is this a platform?
Yeah, I think because the race isn't over, right?
Okay.
And we found
a new combatant has entered the arena.
That is correct, yeah, and we're fully kitted. We're geared to the max.
Yeah.
We found these awesome guys called Infidai a couple of years ago. We talked to them. We saw their headset, what they were doing, and we felt this was the right time to acquire them and to do it, make it our own. So it's their headset reborn as ours, and we're going to continue developing it together. And the coolest thing is that we're a developer of games, and we also are now a hardware manufacturer of VR. So that connection, that bridge, again, there's no middle management. We can make sure that the experience is exactly what we want it to be.
Some people are watching this are probably saying like, hey, I don't know what it's going to cost, but it's like buying a VR headset. That's an expensive proposition now.
Yeah, but
Oculus has all these games. I mean, why do we need this one? Why can't this work on Oculus?
Because we have the large field of view. We have the 5K, it's an unbelievable experience. Tell you what, if you have any spare time, head on over. I'll make sure you get to see it.
I'm come over and check it out.
You should.
All right. Well, thanks for the sneak peek at the footage. It certainly looks great. I mean,
Thank you for having me, man.
We'll see more from Overkill, I'm sure, in the future. Jackie, we're going to head on over to you to find out what's tracking Jax. What's the track?
What's the track, Jack? I will tell you shortly. Let's talk about what's buzzing in E3. There's actually a lot of love for what's happening inside these 4 walls here. Yes! Dragon Astra, but Battleborn looks gorgeous and fun with lots of different characters. Get me on that. Toadzanim says Mutant Mud's playthrough now. Boss battles inclusion is nice. Also down with the well-designed boss battles. We also are talking about some other. We were talking about some Walking Dead. Are we gonna see? Here we go. Oh my God! Arkham Knight looks so amazing. Incorporating the Batmobile in combat will be super fun. Batman Arkham Knight combat looks like Batman Arkham Knight combat with a lot nicer animations and flourishes. I'll take it. Yes, you will. Also, let's talk about what's trending in the big 3. PS4, of course, Arkham Knight, Ratchet and Clank. Big Ops, Nintendo, the Wii U, Yoshi, 3DS, and Star Fox. Xbox One, Halo 5, of course, Fallout 4, Gears of War, Tomb Raider. No surprises there. The YouTube Live at E3 What's Trending update is presented to you by Gramercy Pictures' Selfless, starring Ryan Reynolds, in theaters July 10th. Also, we have an upcoming exclusive announcement with the teams from Platinum's Games in just a bit. So tweet us your YouTube gaming with the hashtag YouTubeE3 and tell us what your reaction is to that in just a bit. Jeff?
All right, thank you very much, Jax. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up. I was just texting with someone from EA telling me that they have so much content in their press conference. It's probably going to run over an hour. So lots of news and announcements from EA. They've got a big opening that I think people are going to be very excited about, and also Star Wars Battlefront and other things. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming up at the top of the hour, live right here on this stream. And what's great about this stream is we're going to go through all the press conferences, complete, uninterrupted, EA, Ubisoft, and then tonight, Sony, PlayStation. It was an amazing morning for Xbox fans. It's going to be a great night for PlayStation fans as well, so stay tuned. All right, well, right now we've been talking about this for a week, and the time has finally come for our announcement from the team at Platinum Games. There's been lots of rumors over the weekend about what they might be working on. We'll hear now with the news. We've got Asushi Kuruka, Kenji Saito, and Robert Conkey from... Well, we can't say where you're from quite yet, but anyways, great to have you guys with us to reveal your new project. So lots of rumors. It seems like it could be something tied to a a famous IP, and Platinum obviously is known for incredible games like Vanquish and Bayonetta and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Tell us, what are you working on?
So we're working on a Transformers game.
Okay.
It's titled Transformers Devastation. It is really interesting in that it's kind of taking a new direction when compared to previous games.
Yeah.
It's actually harkening back to the rich heritage of the brand kind of thing. So it's, we took a lot of inspiration, these guys really took a lot of inspiration from the IDW comics that did like a Generation 1 reboot starting in 2005. The Hasbro Generations toy line. Yeah. And then also, of course, the original TV show as well. So, and basically based on that, it kind of created this new modern version of the stuff we've all loved since we were kids.
Well, the fluidity of Platinum Games that you guys have always been known for, it seems like a perfect match for something like a Transformers. Well, we're going to talk more about it, but let's take a look right now at the world premiere trailer for the new title from Platinum Games, Transformers Devastation. Check it out right now on YouTube exclusively. Transformers Devastation announced right here on YouTube, and you guys will have much more to talk about soon with it. But tell us about, the gameplay there. I love the art style and sort of the feel of it. Yeah. This is a next-gen game coming from PG. So you guys have a lot of amazing teams over at PG working on many projects. Tell us what the group that's putting this together, what's the sort of the history of the team that's working on this title?
Okay. PG さんのいろんなチームがあると思うんですけど、今回のトランスフォーマーズの方のチームの歴史を教えていただけますかっていう話ですか。はい。
そうですね。チームの歴史から言うと、僕はメタルギアライジングからディレクターをやっていて、その後、いろんなプランナーの手伝いをした後、このトランスフォーマーデバステーションにをディレクターしています。
So, well, he was originally the director on Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, and so he actually is obviously now moved on to Transformers Devastation, and そのチームが
そうですね。チームに関しては、チームのことも言っていいかどうかちょっとわかんないけど、チームに関してはベオネッタ2の方のメインと、あとはこの前やったレジェンド・オブ・コーラのチームも混合してやっています。
So they have often they mix teams together is the way they work it, but they've got guys from Bayonetta 2, they've got guys from Korra, they've got guys from a lot of different teams that all kind of come together for this project. So very exciting.
Well, it's fantastic. Well, Rising Revengeance was a very, very great game that we got to have fun working with you guys on that. So tell us about the development of this, the style. How many Transformers are we going to get to play as in this game?
Okay, so I can fill that one for you. So we're going to have 5 playable Autobots in the game. There's 30 plus Decepticon enemies. There's a whole ton. And you kind of get to go through and you get to experience them not only as bosses, but as all over the place. Yeah. And one of their big points was they really want to bring out the awesomeness of those characters that are just like so deep for both sides. So it's kind of I'm really excited for people to play it.
Are you going to let people? Is it going to be multiplayer, single player? What can you tell us about it?
It's going to be single player.
Okay.
That's these guys' bread and butter.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought so. Yeah. Yep. All right. So great battles, though, obviously. And the campaign, is it arranged sort of as? Can you have Autobot or Decepticon, or how levels switch, or how do you play through it?
So the way that it works is you actually choose, or you start the game, and then at a certain point you can choose to be any character you want, and you can play however you want after that.
Wow.
So, and it's all Autobots this time.
Okay, all Autobots.
All Autobots playable.
Okay.
Right.
So. All right. Well, that gives you an opportunity for the next game, I guess. Yeah. But well, it's cool to see. I mean, PG and the style of gameplay that you guys are known for. It seems like a great fit, and I love the fluidity of what you're doing here with Transformers. So this game is it's coming out later this year, right?
It is this fall.
Wow.
So,
all right.
Can't wait.
Not long. Well, thanks for the sneak peek at the game. I know you'll have much more at E3, right? People get to play it at E3?
There will be behind closed doors, unfortunately not on the floor though.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing more footage. I know IGN's going to have some stuff, I think, tomorrow on it with a longer gameplay demo and whatnot. So make sure to tune in for more on Transformers Devastation. Guys, thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely.
It's always been fun working with PG over the years, and we look forward to hearing more from you. Now we need that Rising Revengeance 2, right? Mr. Kojima's got to work with you on that, right?
Oh, what's that?
Well, we need what about Rising 2?
Rising 2 どうですか?
Rising 2まだそれは全然何も言えない。
Yeah, he said, can't really talk about that right now.
Okay, well, hopefully one day. We hope. All right. Well, thanks very much, guys. I love the Transformers earring, too. All right. Well, we've got the EA press conference coming up in about 30 minutes. But before that, Ratchet and Clank, Tomb Raider, and coming up next, Halo 5 Guardians. It opened the Xbox press conference. Josh Holmes from 343 Industries will be with us live to answer all your Halo questions. So tweet me what you want to hear from them. It's all happening when YouTube Live at E3 continues.
Safety's off! Come on, push up! Stormtroopers incoming!
Product not yet rated.
All right, we're back here at YouTube's E3 Live headquarters. We got a full day of coverage, including the EA briefing with Star Wars Battlefront coming up at the top of the hour. But right now, we're going to turn to Halo 5, the game that opened the Xbox press conference, Halo 5 Guardians. And joining us are creative director Josh Holmes and design director Kevin Franklin. Guys, congratulations. The campaign has been shown for the first time ever. And you picked a Commander Locke level, right?
We did. Yeah, I mean, we wanted to show off our new Spartan team and Fireteam Osiris, and this is for the first time. You know, we have two distinct Spartan teams that you're going to control with four characters on each team supporting our drop-in, drop-out cooperative story.
Exactly. Now, you guys teased, obviously, the multiplayer. People got to check out the beta at the end of the year, but this is the first time we're seeing campaign 60 frames per second, right, Kev?
That's absolutely right. Yeah. It's been, and Warzone as well will be 60 frames a second.
Okay, cool.
Which is absolutely fantastic to see. And, you know, with Halo 5, we really built it from the ground up for Xbox One, and now we're really ready to see that power.
Yeah, no, it was cool to see it all come to life. And yeah, we'll talk more about campaign, but Josh, we should talk about Warzone, which you teased at the end of the briefing. I know it's going to be revealed. Xbox has got a live daily show on Xbox.com coming up around 4 o'clock today Pacific. So you're going to be on there and you're going to show some of the real gameplay from that?
Yeah, we're going to show some more gameplay. We're going to talk some of the details of the mode. But I mean, this is the mode where we're bringing together all of the elements of the Halo sandbox into one gigantic multiplayer experience.
Wow.
12 on 12. You've got AI-controlled adversaries. You know, you're going out there into this enormous war zone that is 4 times the size of any map that we've shipped in a Halo game before. And you're capturing locations around the map. You're taking on AI-controlled bosses, and basically everything is about trying to get to be the first team to score 1,000 points.
1,000 points.
1,000 points to win.
Okay. Is that's the main game mode? That's Warzone. Is 1,000 points?
Well, it's a victory condition. You can talk about it.
Yeah, you're going to score points by killing enemy players, going after these AI bosses, and also capturing and holding bases around the battlefield. So there really are a lot of different ways players can play their way in the mode. You know, if you're a big team battle player, if you're a campaign player, if you're even an arena player, there's all sorts of different ways you can contribute to your team.
Wow, well, looks very, very cool. Well, let's talk a little bit more about the Halo 5 campaign. Now, we know that obviously there's this duality between sort of Master Chief and Locke and sort of who's right, who's wrong. Tell us about it. I mean, as this plays through the game, is it evenly split between the two characters, Josh, or how does the campaign play out?
So as you play through the campaign, you've got these 2 different perspectives, and you know, by playing from the perspective of each of these characters, you kind of tell the whole story. And so the narrative weaves back and forth. And at the beginning of our story, pretty early on, you know, we have, first of all, we're reuniting Master Chief with Blue Team. Blue Team, for those who may not know, they're brother and sisters of Master Chief. They grew up together, you know, they trained together in the original Spartan program, and up until this point, they've mainly been covered within the extended universe, within the fiction and the novels. So bringing them into the game and making them like a primary set of characters within our story in Halo 5 Guardians is a big deal, and it's something that we really worked hard to bring them to life in a way that's true to the fiction. And then, of course, we have the other side of the story, which is Spartan Locke and Fireteam Osiris, which is a group of all new characters with the exception of Edward Buck, who's returning from Halo 3 ODST. Played by Nathan Fillion, who's amazing. So yeah, it's really exciting. You know, one of the things we wanted to do was get a little deeper into the Master Chief's character. And of course, Chief being a relatively stoic individual, you know, we wanted to bring another lens and apply that to him.
So this is a game, just so I understand, I mean, you'll be switching sort of between the two as you sort of like Arbiter style, where you sort of switch to his perspective and then you move back and forth as you play through the game?
Exactly. As you go through the game, you're going to be experiencing it from the perspectives of both teams.
Right. And they will obviously be at some point, there'll be some type of moment where the two shall meet.
There's a lot that's going to happen within the story. I mean, this is the biggest story that we've ever told. We wanted to tell a truly galactic scale story.
Right.
And I don't want to spoil anything for fans because there's a lot to come. But there's a really interesting dynamic between those two characters.
Right.
And with Locke, we wanted to introduce a character that was, you know, a distinct contrast to Chief.
Yeah. And he also has a bunch of different abilities, right? Can you talk a bit about some of those things we saw? Like he was scanning at one point or something?
Yeah, so that's the Artemis tracking system, which is a new ability that is available to Fireteam Osiris.
Right.
And they can use that to scan the environment and track points of interest. It can be used both from a narrative storytelling perspective, but it's also a core gameplay thing where you can kind of see, oh, here's a weapon cache I can take advantage of, here's a vehicle. So it plays a big part in that experience.
Yeah, it looks absolutely phenomenal what you guys have done at 60 frames per second, still keeping that fidelity there, and then you add in things like Warzone, that being at 60 frames. It's a pretty epic project for you guys. It's coming out October, so what are people going to get to play at E3 this week?
We're going to have Warzone on the stage floor, and we're going to be out there with our 12 on 12 experience. And we really can't wait to show it off. I mean, these fans have been telling us they wanted this big, high-action Halo mode with all the different elements of the Halo sandbox in one. And as a developer and as a fan, it was just the thrill of a lifetime to put it together.
Well, and especially, you know, vehicles being in there, obviously the Warthog, but it sounds like there'll be some new vehicles as well in campaign that would then move into Warzone. Is that fair, Josh? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. And one of them is actually featured in the experience that we're showing here at E3, the Warzone experience. And you saw it in the stage demo that we did for the campaign earlier today, which is the new Forerunner Phaeton.
Okay.
And that's a boss in the mode that we're showing today,
Yeah, it's a boss, and you can also redeem a card and could use him as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, it feels like this is going to be quite an epic Halo game. And of course, you've got the regular multiplayer stuff that we saw last year that'll be included, but Warzone seems like a big focus for the team. And is it all being built at 343?
Yeah, that's right. The entire multiplayer experience being built in-house by the team, both on the arena side and then, of course, with our new mode in Warzone.
Wow.
It's just a fantastic team, too. I got to give a shout out to all the guys back home who've been worked so hard on this, and this demo is really going to shine.
Yeah, I can't wait to go hands-on with it. I know you're going to have it at Xbox event tonight and then tomorrow on the show floor. So Warzone and also first look at campaign. So yeah, I haven't seen the Master Chief campaign stuff yet, but I guess you got to keep that on ice till Gamescom or something maybe. But all right, well, guys, thank you so much for the sneak peek at Halo 5 Guardians. Good luck finishing it up, and we'll see you on the show floor. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, all right, well, we got much more coming up. Right now, though, Ratchet and Clank are back, and here now at the world premiere of a never-before-seen level is North Carolina studio director at Insomniac, Chad Durzen. Chad, great to have you with us, man. I'm going to stand over here actually with you. But let's talk a bit about Ratchet. Now, PlayStation's got the press conference tonight, 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Lots of big games will be there, but we're excited to have you to give a little love to PlayStation Nation.
Sure.
Today, you guys showed this game off for the first time, I think it was just last week.
Just last
and
week, that's
people
right.
went crazy for it. I mean, the visuals are absolutely nuts, and Ratchet is, what I love about the franchise is it's just so fun. And it's like so many games now, it's like so serious. And I think it's just so whimsical and fun. So tell us about building this game for PlayStation 4. Maybe we'd call up some of the footage and just start talking about it. But it looks incredible. So Ratchet's been around for so long. But I mean, what did Insomniac? Why do you guys keep being drawn to this franchise?
Yeah, we just love Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. We love the characters. We love the whole world that they live in. And you know, this time around, this is a game that is made to sync up with the feature film.
Yeah.
So the film's coming out in 2016,
right.
And this was an opportunity to kind of take a much deeper look at Ratchet and Clank's origin story.
Okay.
And kind of have a co-development with the feature film. So
okay.
the game and the film really complement each other. They kind of tell the same story arc from different points of view.
Very cool. Are you using any of the footage from the film in the game, or are they just sort of like...
We are, in fact,
okay, cool.
yes. And that's been one of the nice things about this co-development, which is a really unique situation that we've been in.
Okay.
We've been able to develop everything like up at the same time, so the two can really play off of each other.
Okay.
And you know, at the same time in the game, it's like it's a much more detailed look at what's going on the planet's surfaces.
Right.
You know, films use montage and they apply a lot. In the game, we're really able to dig in and kind of get down with the people on the planets and see what's really happening down there.
Yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. Now let's talk obviously about gadgets, weapons. The Insomniac weapon wheel is well known. Of course. Tell us, what do you got this time in terms of wacky new weapons that are going to drive us nuts?
Yeah, it is a new game, and it's got a new weapon arsenal. This one is several new weapons, plus just everything that we've learned after making 10 of these games. Like really trying to put all of our best stuff into this one, so that the weapon arsenal is balanced out.
The pixelator you had, right?
That's right, yeah, and that's a weapon that turns enemies into explosive 8-bit pixels.
Right, okay.
It's like we get all the power of the PlayStation 4, and immediately we set about like trying to turn the clock back 25 years.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now tell me about Clank gameplay, because I think everyone always wonders like how much Clank gameplay you're going to include, what levels will there be Clank, how much is Clank in this game?
There is a lot of new Clank gameplay, a lot more than was in the first game actually, and it's all brand new puzzles. So Clank's got his cool abilities with manipulating Clank bots, and those are all back in a big way in this one.
All right, very, very cool. So tell us, you know, the tie-in to the movie. Are you using some? It's got an amazing cast. Are any of those actors going to be in the game too?
Well, we're still talking about that one, but mainly I can say that we're really excited about that voice cast for the film because it's just awesome. We've wanted to see this movie come to fruition for so long, and just see it come together like this.
No, it looks
extremely gratifying.
It looks so fun, and I mean, when I saw the first trailer for it, it's just like it was last year at E3. I think Andy House revealed it, and it looks incredible. I mean, really high quality animation, and I mean, Ratchet is a series that all of us love so much, I think, that have been playing games for a decade plus. Cool. And we look at this now, I mean, it just looks, it's great to see that there's a movie, but there's also obviously a game that's going to be a part of it. So is the idea that this will come out alongside the film?
That's the idea.
Okay, cool. All right, well, this is a little sneak peek, and you guys are doing this out in North Carolina. I know later tonight, I don't think we talked about this yet, but you guys are also building a game for Oculus, and we're going to see that. I think the team from LA is going to be by later.
Yeah.
So
we have a lot going on. Yeah.
I know, but it's great to see you guys staying true to your heritage on PlayStation with this brand new Ratchet and Clank. So we look forward to seeing it in 2016. Awesome. Thanks very much for the sneak peek.
Sure thing.
Brand new Ratchet. All right, appreciate it. All right, well, we're going to head on over right now to Jackie. Jax, what's going on?
Hey, I am out here on the balcony. As always, if you want to talk to us today, at YouTube Gaming or hashtag YouTube E3. Let's take a look at what's buzzing in tweets right now. We are talking Transformers. Player Uno. Whoa, an 80s styles Transformers game. I am definitely interested in Transformers Devastation. You are not alone there. Still Gray says Transformers Devastation is being developed by the director of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Hashtag E3. Also, oh my God, the colors in Ratchet and Clank are so gorgeous. Is that a question or is it a statement? So gorgeous. I think we'll go with an exclamation point. And X-Aaron says, a never-before-seen level from Ratchet and Clank PS4. It is a remake, never before seen. Also, let's take a look at the top trends right now. Not surprisingly, at the top of the list, Star Wars Battlefront and Transformers Devastation. We've got Forza, United Uncharted 4, and plenty of others. Geoff, we are going to send it back inside to you now.
Thank you very much, Jax. Well, it's hard to believe, but it's been almost 20 years since Lara Croft broke onto the scene in the original Tomb Raider. And here now to dive into her latest adventure, Rise of the Tomb Raider, is the game director from Crystal Dynamics, Brian Horton. Brian, it's great to have you here. I spent a lot of time with you guys when you rebooted Tomb Raider for Final Hours app that I put out, and it was great to see the game this morning at Xbox. Visually, it just looks so phenomenal. Like, you put up that CG trailer last week, and everyone's like, oh, that's really cool. I can't wait to see the gameplay. And it's like, looking at today, I'm like, wait, that sort of looks like the trailer. It was absolutely incredible. So first of all, congratulations on being game director for this title, which is awesome. And tell us, I mean, you know, the Tomb Raider that came out, I guess it was, what was it, 2 years ago now? You know, really, I think, surprised people about the playability of it, the narrative of it. It really was a true reboot. Rise of the Tomb Raider, you know, the gameplay, everyone knows, is probably going to be there. But where did you want to take this game? You know, 2 years later for another adventure for Lara, because she's obviously is continuing to grow up, become a stronger adventurer.
Yeah, so Lara was a survivor in the last game, and now she's more than a survivor. She is going on her first great tomb raiding expedition, and that's a big shift in tone for us. That she's proactively going out there and seeking these truths. And this demo that we showed today, this live gameplay footage, is showing Lara going off into Siberia, into a hostile remote place to try to uncover these truths. And it's an exciting thing. It's part of the fantasy fulfillment of being a Tomb Raider.
There you are, live on stage.
That's right.
Look at that, looking good on the Xbox press conference stage. So tell me about, you know, the gameplay of this game, because you know, what I liked about the last one is there were sort of the big, you know, action adventure moments, and there were sort of the smaller moments, those moments of being a survivor. So are we going to lose some of that now because she's a bigger adventurer? Or, I mean, is there still that sort of those moments of weakness too?
So we have what we call the explosion, these big moments, and we also have the implosions, these personal moments that make Lara grow as a character. I mean, our number one goal is to make Lara the most human and believable character in video games. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of what you're going to see Lara do throughout the entire game. And it's going to be a mix and match of our classic recipe of survival action with traversal, dynamic traversal, the combat that you know and love, and of course, tombs and puzzles.
Yes, I know. More tombs, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about the cast that we're going to see in this game. I mean, is it a whole new cast of characters besides Lara? Or does it continue on some of the characters from the previous game?
What's great is you're seeing Jonah and Camilla as Lara Croft. And these are returning cast members. And if you've played the last game, you'll recognize this bond and you'll be excited about it. But if you've never played the first game, Jonah still comes across, you know, we introduce him. Players that have never played the first Tomb Raider game will get to know him. And he becomes a great companion for Lara Croft. But you know, tomb raiding is a hard job, and often is a solo adventure. So don't fear. Lara will still have a lot of the game to do on her own.
So in terms of, you know, features and whatnot, are you guys? I mean, like you did multiplayer last time, and what can you tell us about multiplayer for this time?
Well, we're not going into that right now. Our goal right now is to talk about Lara's next adventure, this great adventure to Siberia. And in addition to Siberia, we have another location as well. We've hinted at in some screenshots in our sizzle reel, this desert location. So we're going to make sure that there's more to do, more places to see, and
so more diversity and
more
diversity,
where you're gonna go. And making our exploration spaces even larger. Sometimes 3 times larger than our last game. So more density, larger, epic, and of course, bigger and better tunes.
Well, I've heard about also the crazy bear fight. Tell us about the bear fight, which we saw, I think, in the Game Informer. It's teased of this massive battle, right? I mean, last time it was wolves, but this time you got an epic bear boss battle.
Predator animals. I mean, it's a big part of the Tomb Raider franchise. So the bear was a big investment for us. We really wanted to make sure we brought something new to the table, something that wasn't just going to be one and done. Like, you really had to work on upgrading your character. Lara's going to have a lot more things to upgrade in the game. She'll be able to hunt and gather not just XP, but resources like hide and antlers and things like that that will actually upgrade her equipment. And that's a big change for us, is really investing in Lara's growth as a character, not only as a human being, but also her skill sets. So you're going to see a lot more of that in this next game.
Well, I got to say, it's you know, visually, I think this was when I was watching the Xbox briefing, just the level of detail of it really just it blew me away what you guys are able to put together with this. And the best news is coming out this year, right?
It's coming out this year. We got our date, the 10th of
November 10th, up against Fallout. So that's going to be quite the battle.
You know, we love Fallout, but you know, we believe we offer something completely different in the gaming space, and you know, it's always great to have two great things.
Well, that's, you know, November. It's like you got Call of Duty, Halo, Fallout, Tomb Raider. It's like everything happens in like a 4-week window, anyways. So.
But we're really excited about our partnership with Microsoft. They've been extremely supportive and a great partner. And you know, big shout out to the team at Crystal Dynamics. I mean, they're working their butts off to make sure that this is a great game for the old school Tomb Raider fans and those people that just want to try something really cool this November.
Yeah, I mean, everyone that bought it either on old gen or when it came out to Xbox One, it looked absolutely, you know, looks absolutely phenomenal what you guys are building on, and I think we all wanted more of it. So it's great to see it'll be coming out, and it's coming. So it'll be exclusive to Xbox this holiday season, right?
Exclusive to Xbox One and Xbox 360, November 10th this year.
All right, well, Brian, thank you very much for the sneak peek at Rise of Tomb Raider. I look forward to hanging out with you guys a little bit more. We've got a very cool trailer to take a look at right now. We will be right back after this.
You've built an empire from the ground up.
Mr. Hale, it's an honor. The man who built New York.
People will insist that your buildings make you immortal. Now, as you slip away, do you feel immortal? We offer humanity's greatest minds more time to fulfill their potential. Designed to offer you the very best of the human experience. It's alive, an empty vessel. If we do this, there's no turning back. Your old life is over.
What's that?
Something to stop your heart.
What?
It's something to stop your heart.
How are you feeling?
How's that new body smell?
Sense of humor. Good.
Just relax and have some fun. After all, at your age, I'd say you've earned it.
And you can have all of this. After all the hard work, you can have all of this. Money in the car's clothes, you can have all of this. Fall up in the best clubs, you can have all the women.
Are you okay?
Fine. I just haven't seen anything like that in about 52 years.
This wasn't a hallucination.
Immortality has some side effects.
Hello?
How is this possible?
There is no science, no progress without sacrifice.
I never wanted others to suffer.
I gave you what you wanted.
You took a man's life. No! I did! Soon I'll be gone. I can already feel myself fading.
Without me, your mind will relapse. And we both know who takes over. I'm the only one standing between you and oblivion.
All right, that was Selfless, and YouTube Live at E3 is presented by our friends at Gramercy Pictures and Selfless, their new sci-fi action thriller starring Ryan Reynolds, God created man, man created immortality. Selfless opens on July 10th, and that movie actually has a cool concept because you can actually transfer your consciousness into the body of someone else. Ben Kingsley is old, and he's like, let me become Ryan Reynolds, and sort of like a lot of video games. Anyways, well, we've got, we'll talk more about that. We've got lots of great guests with us now as we lead into the EA press conference. We've got Jessica Chobot with us here from Nerdist News and many other things, and then we've got Louis and Brock with us as well. So guys, you're well known to the YouTube community. Jessica, you're well known to all gamers. What's your take on E3 so far? What do you guys think?
I think it's exactly what I expected. It's a solid showing. Finally, I'm seeing games that I've been waiting for that justify why I made my new console purchases, and I'm just really excited for it. I just walked out of the Xbox presser.
Oh, you were there live.
I was there, and it was
good energy.
Good energy, really solid showing. Nice balance between hardware and software with what they're bringing across, and it was the backwards compatibility.
Backwards compatibility, it's interesting, is like, it's one of those things when you don't have it, like you always you hate it. And I remember like last year,
I've
last time it was like
never hated
PlayStation 3, and remember they took it out of PlayStation 3 later.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's cool because you look at like Steam or something of this like crazy library of games.
Yeah.
And it does suck that like, I want to go back and play like Red Dead Redemption, and I can't.
Yeah, that's a great example. Fallout 4 coming out soon was
Yeah.
a great example as I started playing Fallout 3 again to kind of refresh my memory about it. And I had to like try and find a 360 somewhere in my house so that I could play it again,
Yeah.
And now I just wish I would have known earlier. I would have held out.
No, that's right, because there's so many great games and they
Yeah.
get cut off. So what about you guys? What did you think of Xbox this morning?
I thought it was pretty cool. I'm excited to see, or I guess to get my hands on the controller, the new Elite controller.